Good afternoon, everyone, and how are we doing? Hello, Big Shark. Hey, you're here really early this time. That's what I like to see. So today we're going to be continuing on with the Sensorosaurus, as I called it last time. Hello, the Luxter. But just to give you guys some context, so what I did the last stream, I basically just got rid of because I was looking at the animation of this creature and it moved in a way that I just didn't like, and I was like, you know what, that's not working for me. So I went back and I redid all the animation. I'm a little bit further down the line now, but it looks much better than it did. I wish I could show you it, but alas, well, you know, we're keeping this one hidden. But yeah, so I've had to actually go back and redo the entire section that I did last week. So basically everything we did on last week's stream is gone, is no more. So, but it's for the better. But it was like, I was saying to my wife, I sat down and I was like, you know what, I was like, this is really frustrating. And I kept watching the animation back over and over and over again. I was like, I'm just not happy with it. I'm not happy with it. I don't think it works. So, alas, we are trying again. Although, I mean, I've tried again. But Big Chuck says, damn, that's actually spent a lot of time on that. Yeah, but it's one of these things, like, I want to get this right. So, if it doesn't work, it doesn't work, does it? I've just realised that this head is too big. So what I'm doing right now, obviously without giving away the species, is I'm animating it, like walks along and then it's going to raise its front leg up, and then because it's got a really long neck and a head at the end, and it's going to hiss at another one that I haven't animated yet. That's like, they're going to be bickering basically. So I thought that's a bit more interesting than what I had before, where it just sort of leapt forward and hissed. I was like, that's boring. And plus it just looked weird because of the type of animal it is. It just looked too weird. It needed to be animated in a way that made sense to what it is. Does it have a mohawk, says Big Shark? No. I have to say though, animating this thing, because it's got such a long tail and such a long neck, it's like really irritating trying to get the lines exactly right for the animation. It's just going to take me some time to get this right, I think. Unless I just go really slow like that. Perfect. Let's have a look at that. Big Shark says, so is this a hybrid? No. It's not a hybrid, but it's been genetically altered. Okay, I think that works. Ah, look, and I hadn't finished the tail. I can't remember who asked me this, but I think one of the few streams ago, it might even been the last stream, someone asked me, I don't know if it was you, Big Shark, asked me, are there any scenes or ideas that like just come to me, and then I implement them. And I thought it was quite apt because I actually had one the other day, and I can't reveal exactly what it is, but I can say that it was an idea that I was like, something I've been toying with for a while in terms of what to do with this certain concept. And then I thought of this idea, and it was like so obvious. I was like, why? That's been staring at me in the face for so long, and I just didn't even realize it. And then, funny enough, I thought, hang on a second, this idea is perfect because it links up exactly to what Wesley is talking about when we first ever meet him in episode 1. And I was like, oh my god, that's perfect. That's a perfect idea. So I know it's very cryptic, and a lot of things are going to be cryptic in these very spoilery, in this spoilery territory of Dino-Defenders, but I came up with this idea. I was like, oh, there you go, that's it, that's answered a question that has been plaguing my mind. And it also ties up some other storylines that I've been thinking, how can I make these interesting without doing what's obvious? So yeah, so that happened the other day. I was at work, and it just came to me. I was thinking about it, and I was like, hang on, that would work really well. Big Shark says, I believe that was me. Yeah, I believe so, yeah. Okay. I have to say though, since redoing this whole animation of this particular creature, I've really come to enjoy trying, like, it's presenting a real challenge, so it's like I'm really enjoying trying to like get my head around how this thing should move and all that. But hey, you get moments like that in the creative process where you have to make that choice. It's like I was thinking of things like, so I have this creature leaping forward, which looked weird to me, but I was like, okay, do I really want to go back and do all that animation again to correct it, or can I, because there's meant to be like quite a few of these things in the frame, can I mask the awkwardness of this animation by having, let's say, one move in front of it at the same time that it leaps forward to kind of mask the awkwardness a bit. And then I just sort of sat there and went, no, that's because that's kind of cheating, that's not really doing it correct, and that's not effacing the problem, and I don't know, it's kind of a disservice to do that. But I did toy with that idea, I was like, oh, maybe I could get away with hiding it, mainly to save time. But then I said to my wife, I was like, no, I'm gonna have to go back and do all of that again. I was like, it's got to look right. Also, by the way, this new idea for this scene I came up with is actually going to make episode 4 longer. So I was like, okay, well, if we're going to commit, we're going to commit, I want this to be right. Okay, that seems to be done. Just going to check the... Oh wait, just got to add the little claw. Cut the colour of the claws on. Big Shark says, I imagine a more slender, faster creature for Tan 15, but I can tell this animal will be great. Oh yeah, this is going to be monstrous. Tan 15 might be the creepiest creature in the show. Hello, Titan of Serpents. Okay, so now I'm going to work on the next one. So, got a head. I'm using the heads from previous. That is that one. So we want the head off this one. Okay, so this head. Looks like that. That's how I get symmetry of the heads. I mean, I know you can't really see this because it's blurred. You know what? Maybe just for a laugh, maybe I will make this blurred for spoilers sign smaller. Wouldn't that be interesting? There you go. I can put that up there, so you guys can actually see what I'm doing, even though it's blurred. So I've got this head I've stolen off another frame from earlier, which you can see blinking on and off here, and I'm using that so it like creates symmetry of the head, so when it turns its head one way it looks the same from the other. And now I'm gonna like cut its jaw out and make it, because it's meant to be like hissing, and then I just open its jaw a bit. And I want to give these guys, even though, again, you can't really see it, but I want to give these guys kind of like a gormless fish-like look to their face. Time of Service says the Jurassic Park novel is now 30 years old, baby. Yeah, and it's still the best thing ever. The thing that kicked it all off. The Monster of Monsters says, ah yes, the legendary Spoilosaurus. I've got a suspicion that it's tanistropheus, but I could be wrong though. You could be. Or you might be right. Who knows? Okay, so let's do the face. If I zoom right in, you might actually see its face a little bit clearer, even though it's blurry. Give this guy like lots of teeth. I like the idea of making it like have lots and lots of teeth that go all the way back. Okay, so now this is frame 40 of this. I'm gonna put another layer for the body. Big Shark says, Jack, zoom out. Jack, zoom out. Okay, well that was easier to the neck this time. I think because I've got a more solid idea of what I want it to do instead of doing something weird like we animated last time. I think that's why things are running a little bit smoother. Just got an accidental head tease. That wasn't accidental, I did that on purpose. Because I knew if I zoomed right in, I have to do the teeth, so... Says not complaining. And then that goes down. Have the tail re-enter the water. Can like slap the water in anger. His tail's a little bit too thick. Titan7 says he does look like an angry boy. Do you think I'm as good at hiding spoilers as Sam Neill is? Who's better at hiding spoilers, me or Sam Neill? Just need a green again. Okay, I think that works. Big Shark says, I say you are, you still haven't revealed the other two. Also, I'm good at hiding, like, deaths. For the most part. Of characters. And also, like, what the actual, where the plot is actually going. Like, let's just, I'll say this, okay. There's something about this creature that, I think's more of a spoiler than what it actually is. For people who like want suspense or whatever. But the reveal of this creature and the other two creatures, should I say, maybe one of the other creatures, because the other one's quite important. But what I'm trying to say is, the spoilers in episode 4, they're nothing compared to like what else is revealed in episode 4. Like there's things that happen in episode 4 when it's finally finished, which will be in 2025. See, I joke about that, and then part of me goes, "Oh my god, imagine if it was that long." There's spoilers, yeah. There's reveals that are like ridiculous, and I don't know how I'm gonna get past them when I come to tackling, drawing. I guess there is a lot I can do on stream that isn't to do with those reveals, I guess, so we should be okay now I think about it. But yeah, there's like the reveals of what species of dinosaur or animal are in the show are peanuts compared to the absolute gargantuan. I was trying to think of a big nut. Walnut-sized spoilers that have absolutely, well, no one's guessed them or anything yet, so there's still a lot to be hidden. Still a lot hidden. Okay, it's nearly another one done now, so yeah. Hoo-hoo-hoo. See how that works. Yeah, that works fine. Okay, okay, so now we want to grab a head of another one. Grab this one. I am going to say this though, and this, I mean, you could read this as an invite to open the spoiler up, but you know, I did say that there's something about this creature that is, you know, more of a spoiler than what it actually is, and if someone can guess what that is, or if they do guess it, like if they just mention it in the chat or whatever, then I will I'll just unblur it and work on this. So, and reveal what the creature is, because there'd be no point in having a spoiler anymore. And then you could just enjoy it. Big Shark says there is one hidden dinosaur not on the chart. I wonder why they haven't listed it. Tanistropheus says if you did need to extra spoiler stuff, you could just hide the screen altogether and have your face or something. Yeah, I think there's ways around doing the big spoiler stuff. I'm not too worried about that sort of stuff. Because the problem with the big spoiler stuff is it's like even the backgrounds are filled with spoilers. So but the hidden dinosaur on the list, Big Shark, you know, it's a gig oh, I don't even know if I should reveal this, but it's you know, that it's a Giganotosaurus or something. It's like the biggest dinosaur that ever lived. And it's not the Giganotosaurus, by the way. It's my sick sense of humour. Okay, so Big Shark says, so does the dino do something unexpected or not animal-like? No, it does something like animal-like. But it's not really, well, I guess it is something it does. Right, so number 40. Hello, the Acro 34. Big Shark says, does this thing have a sensor ability or something? He is Big Shark's trying to work it out. No. Like predator vision. No, nothing like that, no. tanistropheus plus anaconda DNA plus piranha DNA, says Titan of Serpents. Nope. It's funny because if you guys were to guess the thing and then I undo the reveal, that's the title of this stream. It's like Sensorosaurus revealed. Oh my god, clickbait title. Like, Acro says, is that a carnivorous plant? No. But you're close. Monster of Monster says, I highly doubt it's Tanaconda, considering it looks very different from the figure, but you never know. Well, it's not Tanaconda, because that's from Jurassic Park Chaos Effect, and that's obviously owned by Hasbro, or whoever owns the rights to that. And I wouldn't do that, because that's Jurassic Park. I want to do something different. So Big Shark says, is it venomous or has some variant of poison? Nope. Are these under the water legs, says the Acro34. Well, its legs are in water, yes. Is it squatting? No, it's kind of stood up, but it's also raising its leg up because it's going to hiss at another one of its kind that are coming in. Big Shark 9000 says, does its jaw unhinge bigger than it could? No. And the Monster of Monsters says, so it can't be a plesiosaur? No. I like this. This is fun. It's like, undo the spoiler. Unlock the spoiler. That's this stream. Unlock the spoiler. And what are the other random colours, says the Acro. Do you mean these ones that I'm going to blink on and off? Do you mean these ones here? Because that is the colour of the dinosaur. I'm just using it like a paint palette. You know, like how you have your paints all dabbed, so you can take a bit of paint and then, you know, paint. Yeah, that's literally just the paint I'm using to colour this thing in. Okay, so that's that. Ooh. Oh wait, this is T41. What are we talking about? Big Shaq 9000 says, does it give off some type of lure? Nope. The Acro says, is it a hybrid of sorts? Nope. And Monster says, I think it may actually be tanistropheus, but if it's a fast creature and a prominent carnivore, I don't think it could be. Well, Dino-Defenders isn't exactly full of your average dinosaurs, is it? T-Rex Entertainment Film says E in capital letters. E. EA Sports. It's in the game. EA Sports. It's up my ass. Time of Service says, does it have constriction abilities? No. Big Shug asks, can it change colour? No. No, the stream. That's what this should be called. No, the stream. Have you seen Lake Placid? Asked the Acro4. Yes, I haven't watched it in years. I have a copy of it because we were planning on doing a commentary for that. When we were doing those series of commentaries at the start of lockdown. But yeah, I have seen Lake Placid. I think it's fun, but it's I prefer Rogue in terms of crocodile movies. Rogue is like, that's where it's at. Lux says maybe a Megathonsaur. I can't even say that name. Megathonosaurus. No, there's not. There's not another mega dinosaur named dinosaur in the series, other than the Megalosaurus and Megaraptor. Okay, so let's get the feet done. Working much quicker than last time as well this time around, because I've now got the knack of what I want it to do. That's the thing. I think last stream I was struggling because I was like making it up as I go along, and I was talking to you guys, and I wasn't really concentrating too much on what I wanted the creature to do, so I was sort of like thinking, oh, it should just jump forward and go, and it's like, that looked rubbish. It didn't look good. I mean, I'm not going to blow my own trumpet too much. It animated well, but it just didn't look like how this animal should act. I wanted this animal to have like a certain character, and yeah. Titan of Serpent says, oh, I know, it can detach its neck and can slither around like a snake. He got it. No, it doesn't do that. Acro says, Lake Placid 2 is the same movie, literally with different badly written characters, free, badly CGI crocs, another location. Yeah, I don't bother with Lake Placid 2. I'm not bothered by that. Okay. Big Shark says, is it very intelligent? No. Not particularly. But it is cunning. The Monster says, this must be the Lake Placid parody for Dino-Defenders. Acrofaithful says, is this creature one of the mentioned species? Yeah, it's on the list. I haven't said what it is, though. Okay, that's that done. So how many have we done so far today? 4 already. Brilliant. That's good. That's a good one. Right. I do just want to add. Some detail. Big Shark says it's Tan 15, the one hidden dino in episode 3. And episode 1. Now I'm actually going to keep the same head from this one. I'll obviously tweak it, but I'm going to keep the same head. Just going to change the angle. You technically see more of it in episode 1 than you do in episode 3. Okay, so now let's do that. I'm just going to tweak the... Big Shark says where? The scene where Victor and Hank are talking in the platform. There's a shot looking into the paddock, and well, that's all I'll say. It's been there the entire time. Okay. And obviously no one knew. Is it aggressive, says the Acrofaithful? Yes, it is. Opportunistic, let's put it that way. If something falls into this paddock, it's game over. It's game over, man. It's game over. Big Monster says Big Shark. Go look for it. I'm sure it won't take you 3 days again. this is getting harder to do. This thing's got such a stupidly long neck. Ooh. Facts and Theories with George says, "Hey! Big Chuck says, time to watch episode 1 on my big TV. Big TV in HD. You got it's like Where's Wally? I'm giving you all the clues, by the way, for the answer that I said that will unlock the spoiler. Big Shark 9000 says in 0.25, of course. Well, the thing is, I'll say this, it's in a shot where it's not moving or anything, it's just in the background. Like in a still image. See, it's not going to be like moving like it is in episode 3 or anything. I have to say, this thing is so difficult to animate with this long neck. It's really hard to get kind of your head around what it's doing. Facts and Fury says, no giveaways, I'm still extracting information from the backgrounds. Deluxe says, is it a Stegosaurus? Tanistropheus says, or is this some kind of elaborate joke or prank? No, I'm being serious. I wouldn't do that to you guys. I just thought it'd make it fun. Maybe that needs to be over a little bit more. Ay. This is the hardest part of this creature, is doing this bloomin' neck. Big Shark says 10 minutes 42 left hand corner in the top. Let me have a look. Do. 10:42. No. Shall I unplug my phone? Wait, maybe see, I'm forgetting now. Right, so where was I? I had to bend round more, there we go. Spaghetti monster. I was like anticipating for a long time animating this creature because of how weirdly shaped it is. And it's because it's got such a long neck. It's not like the sauropods where like they could be all big and slow and like. I wanted this thing to be like this weird schizophrenic thing. Monster says it's all fun and games until the creature comes out of your computer screen. The Acrofaithful says, is this species known by people or is it too obscure? It's not really known by the general public. Dinosaur fans and stuff will know about it. Fax and Free says, when I first started the script, I spent an hour trying to figure out what theropod skull Rose had on her shelf. I feel bad because in a live stream I did when I painted that room, I explicitly went over what that species of skull was. Like, the live streams give away a lot of the information. Yeah, Big Shark's Herrerasaurus skull reference. Herrerasaurus, man. It was Herrerasaurus. Also, just while you guys are here, there might not be a stream next Sunday because we've got a little family thing planned, and I might be doing that instead. So just so you know, this might be the last Sunday that I do a live stream on for a while, because obviously I think after next Sunday the lockdown should end and then I might be going back to work. So Tuesdays obviously will still happen. But just so you guys know. Big Shark says the scene I'm looking at is 1128. Mm-hmm. The Acrofaithful says, is it a reptile or a mammalian type species? I believe reptile. Okay, so let's see, how does this look? Okay, let's tweak the head. This is kind of where it needs to be, almost. Opening its jaw in defiance. Big Shark says, so I should stop when Kate and the rest are on the golf cart. Oh yeah, it's definitely 11:28 is pretty on point. Let's just say that. Let's just say that. I think you're there. So you guys trying to guess what it is. I did say, and I don't know if you guys were here for the stream, but I did say if you even guess it right, I'm not going to reveal it. But the only way to unlock what species it is and unblur the image so you guys can see is if you guess what the secret, why I wanted to keep this thing a spoiler. Like, what's unique about this animal? How big is it, says the Acrofaithful. Not massive. Acrofate4 says, is it a spoiler because it kills a main character? No. Big Shark says, well, time check the water, time to check the background of the trees, whole scene being examined. These needle-like teeth. I wanted this thing to look very old school, like this is something you'd see in like an old dinosaur book in terms of its like look to the face. Now to do the color. Big Shark 9000 says, can it submerge itself in small areas of water? Yes. Yes, it can. I mean, it's in water right now. Monster says, what does it eat? Meat. Fish. Anything. Anything that it can sink its teeth into. And maybe some plant life to help with digestion. Big Shark says, or just blend in with the jungle, says Big Shark. Well, Big Shark's getting warm. He's getting very warm. Well, extremely hot, basically, not just warm. Tanistropheus says, but what I see looks like just a tail. Yeah, the whole thing just looks like a tail. A living tail. Acrofate4 says, does it camouflage into the canes, thus its green body and orange head? The Acro34 has unlocked the spoilers. So, let's unlock the spoilers. So the reason I was keeping this one hidden, and we've kind of just unspoiled it all for ourselves now, is this thing hides in amongst here. So if I just get rid of what I'm working on right now and go to the very first time you see it, look at this thing. And Time of Service says above Victor's shoulder. Yes. Look at this thing. And its body has this blue coloration and it blends in. And so that was the reason I wanted to keep this thing, the tanistropheus, a secret, because I wanted it to be a big reveal in the show. But you guys who come to the streams, you pretty much, you guess everything. So but for people who don't watch these streams, they're going to be surprised when they see because basically these reeds are not native to the jungle, so like they've genetically engineered this thing to match these plants. So that's the big thing, like they've genetically engineered these dinosaurs to match a modern environment. Big Shark said, I said it can camouflage. Holy shit, it can camouflage. Well, let me show you. I'll show you, because you guys now all know the secret. I just want to show you something. A frame from episode 4. Check this out. Check this out. This is the real deal. Watch this. You ready? If I click play, watch carefully. Start to reveal themselves. Do-do-do. Do-do-do-do. So they've been there the entire time. There's loads of them, yeah. So you can see, like, yeah, just play it one more time. So they're like all hiding in amongst the reeds with their heads up like this, waiting for something to drop in. Now don't tell anyone about this. This is all meant to be stuff for episode 4. So now we've revealed the tanistropheus. Okay. I'm kind of happy because now I can just freely animate and get this stuff done. Oh my god. But I'm gonna say this, I am definitely not going to do that with any of the other species, because this one I've been sat on for a while because of Bloomin' episode 1. When I added those in the background of episode 1, I was like, when people go back and watch this, hopefully they'll go back and be like, hey, I can see something in the reeds. Hey, that's what was in episode 4. Oh my god, like it's been there the entire time, just hiding in plain sight. Joke's on you, I'm going to tell the whole world, says Monsters. Yeah, tell the whole world. That means they'll watch Dino-Defenders. Acro said it would be cool if they were cleaning the thick plant life with machete and accidentally decapitated one. That would be cool, but unfortunately I've not set up a scenario where that can... Well, actually, maybe... Oh, I don't know. We'll see about that. Maybe there's a scenario where that could happen, but I've got to rejig certain scenes. Big Shark says, well, it definitely deserves the name Hidden One now. Yeah. The only problem I had with this, really, in terms of design, is, which I don't mind now, but like at the beginning I was like, oh, it's going to have an orangey head. And I'm like, that's kind of like the Megaraptor, a bit too much. But then I was like, actually, you know what? It's kind of cool, because you can kind of think about the genetic technology is like, they've like blended stuff together, so like maybe there's part the same genetic makeup of coloration for the head in these tanistropheus that has come from the Megaraptor. So like they went, hey, if we genetically engineer these tanistropheus to have orange heads, because we've got this Megaraptor that has an orange head, they can blend into this environment, and then watch as their behavior changes. There's going to be a short discussion about this in one of the episodes to come. It's very short and brief, because I don't want to like go off on some pseudoscience rant about how it works. Titan of Surf says, I've got the biggest smile on my face right now. Yeah. Acro says, the Acro 34 says, at first I thought it was a carnivorous candy cane. Well, it's funny because when you guys were saying tanistropheus, I was like, I'm not going to say it because that is what it is. But then you started saying, is it a carnivorous plant? And I was like, oh my god, they're getting so close, because technically you could say it is because it's blended into the reeds. But anyway. But I don't mind revealing stuff. Big Shark says I can finally rest. I don't mind revealing this stuff on stream too much, because it's like, you know, I get a small audience to the streams, and I think one of the things that's quite interesting about doing these streams, and you guys who turn up every time, is like you guys will then get exclusive stuff that, you know, other people who don't come to the streams won't get until they watch the episode. So anyway, so today we have done, actually I can show you, today we've done this one, this one, this one, and just finished this one. But actually I can show you guys, if I open up the edit, I can actually flick to, not that, not Rain of Fire, I can flick to here and show you guys how I'm working on it. So just let it load. Okay, so you got the thing here, you'll be able to see it very small, but if it like unfurls and then starts walking, and then it's gonna like go as another one comes towards it. So you can see it's like up in the reeds, and it even uses its tail. I don't know if I can. Let me see if I can show you this. If I do this, oh my god, that's huge. No, I don't want to do that. How do I make it bigger? Yeah, so you can see it uses its tail as part of the reeds as well, and then it sort of uncurls. And I haven't added the water splashes or anything, so this is what I'm working on. There's only one so far, but I've got to add in like loads. But I want it to be all like whippy and like... Okay, so let's go back to Photoshop. I don't want to do that just yet. But hey, this is going to be fun, because whenever I do streams now, we're going to be animating the tanistropheus. And you guys get to watch the entire process, basically. So we've got that one. Now we're going to make that like this. I'm going to take the head. No, there's not. It's not in episode 2, by the way. He's pulling your leg. Monster of Monsters says, Big Shark. Did you hear about the hidden dinosaur in episode 2? There are hidden stuff in episode 2. There's hidden stuff all over the place. Like the tanistropheus is but like one tiny little thing. The Acrophaphos is one of the unknown species, a large carnivore. I'm not saying anything. I'm actually not saying anything for that. So anyway, right, let's carry on. Let's carry on. Got a lot of work to do with this little guy. So copy his head. And then I can't remember. Have we? Correct me if I'm wrong. But have we actually done a animation of an animal on stream before? I can't remember. You guys unlocked the loot box of spoilers. No, yeah, see, everyone's saying no. That's good, okay. Well, see, it's about time, you know, I've been doing all these streams of Dino-Defenders. I think the plus of unlocking the spoiler of this creature is you now get to watch me actually animate a dinosaur after all this time. Now I want to get a really dark purple and have that here, because I want these things to have like a black tongue. This will be T43. It's going to start to lift its tongue up. Only humans. Monster says, who would win? 7 of these or 2 Mega Raptors? 2 Mega Raptors, 100%. Facts and Fury says, I'm going to start recording part 1 now. Hype, nice. Time Serpents, I think this is going to be my favourite creature. Right, anyway, so let's get this. I'm going to tilt his head up more. Like this. It's funny because I don't know exactly. Well, I know there's going to be another one next to it, but right, so let's try and get this right. Oh, I may have just done it in one. Let's have a look. Let's see, how does that look animating? Yeah, that looks good. And then his body. Goes down like this. It's all fun and games till the reeds come to life, says Monster and Monsters. Yes, exactly. That's the thing with these creatures, and Rose basically says it in episode 1, and I won't go into detail with other creatures, but like they're tailoring these creatures to whatever needs anyone needs stuff for. So it's like everything. Because one of the things I wanted to do with the dinosaurs, I was thinking like in terms of pop culture, like what have they done with dinosaurs? Obviously they've been monsters, and they've been sort of allegories for commercialism in the Jurassic Park series, and military use, bioweapons or whatnot in the Jurassic World series. But in this one, in Dino-Defenders, I was like, how can I make this unique? And one of the things I thought was, well, what if the creatures, like the metaphor of the creatures in this series is like the way dinosaurs are treated in pop culture. So like they're used for everything, like anything you can think of. So like obviously we don't know the intentions of the Megaraptor, but we know the intentions of the Dimetrodon was for advertising, so they make the dinosaurs into walking products, which is basically what Jurassic Park does. But instead of showing them off in like a theme park setting to make money, in Dino-Defenders you can literally use the creatures for advertising on, like literally advertising on the creature. And then these tanistropheus have been bred so that they can sell them to be like, hey, if you need, like, let's say you've got property you want to protect, and then you've got this like swampland around it, we can tailor make a creature to live in that swampland, like an alligator, but they're hidden, so whoever's trespassing can't see them coming, and all this sort of stuff. So it's just trying to make it a little bit more unique. And there's other stuff, obviously, I haven't revealed yet. But hello, Dave. Hello, Freaky Boy John Dog. He says, is that a tanistropheus? Yes, it is. I can say that now. My day is going good. It's going fun. Okay, so let's Titan of Serb says, yeah, you're really creative with your creatures. The Dimetrodon with the logo and the tanistropheus with its reed camo. Oh, there's more though. There's like I'm not done with those two. There's more to be revealed. A lot more. My God. But I just wanted to make it like different. I was like, what hasn't been done? So, okay, I think that's good. Because I was thinking, like, you know, in Jurassic World, the Indominus Rex can camouflage to whatever environment it's in, right? That's what Michael Crichton wrote in the Lost World book, and even Jurassic Park with the raptors. You know, there was some raptors that could camouflage. But then I thought, what if they genetically engineered a creature to fit into a modern environment? So instead of having camouflage, like they've specifically designed it and managed to cultivate its behavior so it will fit. So maybe they looked at its behavior and went, you know, it's like, you know how you get butterflies with and they've evolved to have like the patterns of eyes on their wings. So then like a creature looks at a butterfly and it thinks it's being looked at by a bigger animal than the butterfly. It's like they've managed to tap into that and, you know, have the behavior of the dinosaurs match the environment that they've created for it, which is like a big step up. And they've done that by, you know, I guess, genetic manipulation and working out that if they put them in certain environments, they actually connect to that environment and then to begin to behave accordingly. There's a little bit more to it, but I won't go into the spoilers. But yeah, that's basically the idea. Derek Porter says, "Hey Jack," and yes, I knew it was tanistropheus. Freaky Boy John Dog says, "Reminds me a little of the Tanaconda figure from Chaos Effect, minus the ridiculous snake fangs." Yeah, I mean, I'm not gonna lie, this thing was definitely inspired by the tanistropheus in that toy line. But it's not like mixed with an anaconda or anything. Oh, actually, I can show you that file I opened last time. The file for the tanistropheus. God, this was one of the first... When did I work on this file? Let me just see. So I created this file September 28th, 2018. That's when I made this file. So this was my... And I haven't finished it yet, but this was my concept for... So I was looking at the tanistropheus. That's how big they are. So I was looking at these skeletons, and I've switched this round. This is like the opposite. And then I was looking at the bodies and looking at the heads, and then I made this image to basically be like, and that's the one from episode 1 hidden. But yeah, that was the concept idea for them. And then the idea is that they sit in the reeds, as I showed you here, like that. They'll sit in the reeds or whatever. So yeah, it's been a while. Time of Serp says there's a species of bird that can do something similar and can camouflage with reeds and even sway like the reeds in the wind. Yeah, exactly. You can see I've made this one a lot sort of thinner, and I gave it more of a pattern around its body, so like it matches the water more. But obviously when I come to animating, it's going to be more simpler looking. Don't need those two. Hello, Never Not So Clever at This. He says, what did I miss? Well, I'll let everyone else catch you up, because we've revealed creatures. We've seen exclusive frames from episode 4 to do with this. They unlocked the spoilers. Is long story short. so let's... David says, if Ray Harryhausen didn't retire after Clash of the Titans, what movies do you think he would have made? I think he would have probably eventually gone on to make his War of the Worlds film. Speaking of Ray Harryhausen, this scene I'm working on right now, or this creature, I've always actually looked at it as like the skeletons in Jason the Argonauts. You know how like Ray Harryhausen had to animate like a load of skeletons all at the same time, and it's like, I know he did it like stop motion, and he'd animate one and then he'd have to move to another and animate that one and that's not exactly what I'm doing, because I'm doing one and then I'll draw another one, but I've always looked at it as these are like my Ray Harryhausen's skeleton army because there's like a lot going to be going on in this frame. Okay, so we've done that one. No, I did the... Just to tweak it like that, I think that's better. Yeah. Okay, so now, again, we'll grab this head. Took him 11 months to animate or something, says Titan Servers. Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to take me that long to do these ones, but well, you know what? I'm actually going to redraw that because it's now getting pixelated because I'm making it bigger. So we're going to call this one T44. We're actually going to redraw this head. I feel so good to be like not doing it behind closed blurry images and having everyone just sit there guessing what it is. Oh, actually. Have its eyes squinting. Oh, that's not right. That's not the right colour I need. Ooh. Okay, what's going on here? Need this dark colour, thank you very much. I was drawn on that layer, that's why. Big Shark says, while the hidden one is now unhidden, I can finally put my poor screen to rest. Yes, rest your weary head, Big Shark. You've done a very good job. And I do apologise that the reveal in the actual episode is going to be a little bit less impactful for you guys who come to the stream. Because the whole idea, like, I think for people who don't come to the streams, it still will be. You know, this idea of, like, you see the reeds start to come to life, and it's like, oh god. I think people who don't watch the streams will still get that that reaction. But it is. It was one of those things where I was like, oh, I just won't reveal it until the episode's out. But it's going to take so long for this episode to be out that it's sort of almost impossible for me to avoid that if I want to work on it as much as I can. God, this is hard to do. It's long neck. Long neck. Mother, what's a long neck? There we go. Right, let's see. You see now the neck may be a little bit too... That's like where it needs to be for the next layer. But, kind of, but maybe if I meet in the middle. Oh god. So, like that, and then... I get rid of this line. Maybe that'll be better. So that's what I'm saying, like this neck is the hardest thing to edit on this thing. Dave the Master asks, thoughts on the Mighty Joe Young films? The 1998 one is okay at best. It's got some interesting effects, and I obviously like Bill Paxton, and it does have a it does kind of capture the feeling of a Jurassic Park movie for like a brief moment. But the 1949 Mighty Joe Young is like a masterpiece. That film's incredible. Yeah, that's good. Right, now the body, I need it to shift down like that. And then we still have the arm, like the front paw. And then the tail's going to go down a little bit more. And it's like leaning. So, and then we're going to have the tail in the background, so we have its leg up like that, and its tail in the background is going to be more okay. Have you watched the Primal episode yet? Asks Titan of Sevens. No, I haven't actually, sorry. Oh my word. Yeah, I keep forgetting to watch those. It's work and having a baby as life gets in the way. I keep forgetting. Hey, you guys better get used to seeing me draw lines like this and use these colours because I don't know how many creatures I want to add into this shot, but I want there to be quite a few. So I want it to have this dynamic look as you're seeing them all emerge from the reeds and whatnot. So, you know, get used to the streams now being basically this for a while till it's done. But hey, you get to watch the dinosaurs be animated. Tanistropheus is a dinosaur, right? I'm forgetting, or is it like some sort of just weird reptile? Tinosaur says, man, I want to draw some fan art of this guy. Go for it, man. I'd love that. If you never not so clever, this is slow and steady wins the race. Exactly. Tanny is not a dinosaur, says Dino-Defenders. Is it just a reptile, is it? Lane Walden says, I love the design and the colour choices you've gone for with Dino-Defenders. Well, thank you, man. Thank you, man. Or ma'am. Yeah, I wanted to have some bold colours and also have them kind of unique and sort of together. Like when the series is finally finished and I've got this planned for the end, I want to create like a character poster that has all the human characters on it and all the dinosaurs and creatures, and hopefully you guys will see like how the color patterns of the creatures kind of work together. So like a good example of that actually I can show you is the if I open up, it's like is this the right one? Yeah, so you've got like Kentrosaurus. No, I don't want that one. Oh yeah, we can just use this one. This is like the first animation I did for episode 1. But you've got like the Kentrosaurus here. And then, oh my god, that looks different compared to like what it looks like in episode 3. And then you've got like the Dimetrodon, and like if you were to put those two next to each other, like that around the right sort of the size it should be. Maybe that's a bit too big, but anyway, you get the idea that like they sort of kind of go together because of the colours. But yeah, you get the idea. Matt Centra says, hello there, I have a question for you, Jack. What is the question? Can I make a custom of this, says Big Shark 9000? Of course. You might need to buy a Tanaconda though. From the Jurassic Park toy line. I don't know where you could Matty says, please tell me I'm not the only one who gets really creeped out by the lab scenes in Jurassic Park 3. Talk about the part where they're looking at those creepy deformed dinosaur fetus while the eerie music plays in the background. I can see why someone might find that creepy. I've never found it personally creepy. Only because I think the creepy part of it is when I actually tell a lie. There is a bit where I get a little bit like, ooh, like that's giving me a kind of what's the right word? Melancholy type feel is when Paul Kirby steps on the egg and it cracks, and obviously it echoes throughout the thing, and all the and he looks up and he looks I don't know, it's just kind of like the music playing with the piano. That bit always sort of made me feel a bit like, you know, like kind of ghostly, like, oh, like something. Let me see these teeth. But I think the scene for me loses its creepiness when you see the raptor head in the tank. Mainly because then basically all logic goes out the window. Because it's like, does that raptor... It's pretending to be in the tank, so that means it knows what it looks like from the other side of the tank. And my mind just kind of melts a bit at that prospect, so... I forgot to do the tongue. So the tongue should... If I just... Yeah, good luck buying a Tanaconda, says Monster Monsters. Yeah, I know, right? Right, so let's get this guy drawn. You're only going to reveal the tail. Yeah, you can enact your revenge on me, Big Shark. Yeah, Titan of Surface is right. The Plesiosaur toy for Jurassic World. Was it Fallen Kingdom or Dino Rivals or some sort of... There was a toy release. That might work. Okay, so... I haven't seen the Black Scorpion in full, David. And I haven't seen the Giant Behemoth. I've seen a lot of the parts of the Black Scorpion in various clips. I haven't actually sat down and watched the whole thing. I can't tell you guys how happy it makes me feel that I'm animating a dinosaur on stream. Or not a dinosaur, but animating a creature on screen. On stream, sorry. I said screen, didn't I? On stream. Yeah, so when I come to adding detail and like motion blur and stuff, I've got to like add in the water droplets around its feet, and oh goodness me, there's going to be a lot go into this like sequence with this guy, or with all these creatures. It's quite a big, almost money shot is one way of putting it, because there's just going to be a lot going on. This tanny just looks like it's disgusted. It's like, bleh. Okay, so that's done. Right, let's just see how it looks with the previous frame. Okay, so now if I grab the head off this one. Oh no, because I need the head of the other one, don't I? Head of this one. So I had to redraw it, didn't I? Didn't I? Now the head can kind of turn a bit more. Freaky Boy John Dog says, I'll be off for today. I'll be tuning in for the next one though. Can't wait to see you work on more. Thanks, man. Thanks for popping by. I'm going to open its mouth just a little bit more. I'm going to make its... We can edit the tongue. Okay, now to do T45, and now you can see why now I've revealed this, like why last week when I had it, it basically dipped its head down, turned, and then leapt forward like a frog, like all four legs went off the ground, and it leapt forward, and it was like, and I was like, no, I want this thing to be more slinky and more like it's coming out of the reeds, and it's like, and you see these things coming towards you, and it's like not good. Or like you see the heads turning in the reeds, and you're like, oh god, like there's so many of them around, and they're all around me, and they've been hidden in the reeds for the entire time. Matt Centra says, these drawings are freaking amazing, by the way. They're so colourful, and yet the storyline is surprisingly gritty and cool. I loved it. Reminded me of Annihilation. Oh, thanks, man. Yeah, I want this. It's meant to be like a Saturday morning cartoon that isn't for kids. I want the neck to kind of be there. So if we now put that down. Yeah, it's like next turning. Big Shark says, well, that explains why Hunter running so fast and is looking around scared. Oh, he knows. So now the arm is going to go down a bit more. I think I'll keep the body basically the same. What I'll do, I know it's not near the end of the stream. We've got like an hour and 10 minutes. What I'll do at the end of this stream is I will put what we've done in the edit, and then you can see how far through the animation we've gone. I can actually put the frames in and we can see. Actually, Big Shark 9000 says, I'll be right back. Got to timestamp something. Okay. See you in a bit, wherever you're going. Have fun. Do you like Predator comics, says David? Yeah, they're alright. I like Alien vs. Predator Eternal. And I've got a Predator comic where there's like a Predator stalking prisoners in a prison. You can kind of see the animation where it's going to go. Okay, that works nicely. Right, so let's... Its head from the front looks like a little goblin or gremlin or something like... Okay. Let's add the colour on this one. What's your opinion of Mad Max, asks David. I like Mad Max. I think Fury Road was really good. I haven't seen the first one in years, but I remember liking it when I saw it. Same for Mad Max 2. And Mad Max 3, I only ever saw when I was a really little kid, and the only thing I remember from that is that bit where the guy throws the frisbee and gets his fingers cut off or whatever. When I was a kid, I saw that, and I was like, oh, and it like shocked me. But aside from that, like Fury Road was really good. Fury Road was like one of the best films of 2015. I haven't seen the Chrome version, which is like apparently it in black and white. Clayton says, 2 men enter, 1 man leaves. Yes, exactly. Exactly. Haven't seen you around here for some time, Mr. Claytorino. He's turned up at the first stream where I'm animating a creature. Been very busy with life, he says. Yo, Big Shark, he's back. Tanistropheus, says Clayton. You know as Tanistropheus because I told you about this ages ago. They did a earlier on in the stream. I said they can unlock the spoiler if they guess why I'm keeping this animal a secret, and one of them guessed. I think it was the Acro 34 and Titan of Serpents and Big Shark. You all sort of guessed by working together that this thing can blends in with its environment. And so I went, you've unlocked the spoiler, and revealed that it's the Tanistropheus. And I showed him a frame, which I sent you, Clayton, on WhatsApp, but I don't think you've been using WhatsApp that often. But I sent you a clip. Let me show you. It's... is it going to open? Oh, here it is. Yeah, so I showed him this clip. I sent this to you, Clayton, but I don't know if you've seen it. But like, this is the reveal where like you can see the heads in the reeds going. Okay, so I think we've got this one done. Gemma McClurg says, sweet. Sweet. So I think that works. Derek Porter says, so this is what I've gathered so far about these long-necked boys. One, they camouflage like cattails, and two, from what everyone's been saying, they're probably vicious predators. Yeah. Goddamn right. They've been grown to suit a modern environment, and they've adapted their behavior to fit a modern environment. The tongue lick up a little bit more. Have the eye move over a little bit more. And like that. Clayton says we should probably promote DDX again soon. Well, yes, obviously, always. Should be promoting it every single day of our lives. No. I mean, it's still, like I said, I'm not beating around a bush. It's definitely going to be a long time till episode 4's out. So any promotion of DDX is good, because obviously it's basically exposure to the Patreon. Because if the Patreon meets its goal, then I can work on it 24/7 basically, and then episode 4 and 5 can be done potentially within a year. That would be, instead of waiting like 2 years between episodes. But episode 4 is, yeah, there's a lot going into this episode. Lane Walden says, I think it'll be worth the wait. I hope, yeah, hopefully it will be for you guys. Matt says, you know what would be weirdly awesome if the big bad turned out to be the Maliosaurus. Yeah, imagine if I did that. The big secret dinosaur of Dino-Defenders is the Maliosaurus. Let's get this. How does that work? Does that work for a neck movement? Yes, it does, but this needs to be moved over. That needs to basically match where it was before. What did I see about that? Never Not So Clever at This asks, be honest, did you hate German Rose? German Rose? What the hell are you talking about? What are you talking about? German Rose. So now it's going to start to put its leg down. Because it's now going to start to basically twist its whole body. This leg needs to go up again. Because it's hissing at another tanistropheus next to it, and then it's going to sort of turn and start to walk and go round rather than where it was going. So it's like the other one sort of hissed it off course. Big Shark says, Jack, did you not see Never Not So Clever, this voiceover of episode 2? I took some artistic liberty and voiced a scene between Turn and Rose on Discord. Oh no, I haven't seen that yet. Oh, I'm gonna have to watch that. Let me see if I can find it. Is that like while we're here? While I've been sat here, have you posted it? I love the... but I have seen, I've got messages from the guy. I'm having a really long conversation with one of the fans of EFAP about the importance of sauna in Fallen Kingdom, and a private conversation on Discord. And this conversation has been going on for months. And I just saw I've got a couple of messages from him. Or her, I don't know really. You'll have to send me another link to it, Never Not So Clever at this, because if it's buried in the chat, I can't see it. Yeah, this conversation's been going on months. Like we've sent, it's like almost like a chess game. Like I'll send my pieces of evidence and stuff to them, and then they send me their reasons for saying what they say, and then I send my reasons, like back and forth, basically arguing the point of like, I'm on the side that you can understand the storyline of Fallen Kingdom without knowing exactly what happened on Isla Sorna. All you need to know is that Isla Sorna has no dinosaurs on it, and their perspective is like, you need to know why there's no dinosaurs on Isla Sorna to know why that island's empty to begin with, which I understand. But then my argument is that you don't need, well, you can basically I have to be careful with what I say here, but basically the Jurassic World film series is known. Actually, no, I can say this because there's been that bloody crate image come out. Like, Isla Sorna isn't. There's answers coming in the next movie. Like, it's like, you know, the context for Owen raising the raptors. I know there was a lot of people going, "Oh, in Jurassic World, there's no like backstory. You don't see them growing up together. You don't see Owen raising them as babies or whatever." But then in Fallen Kingdom, they address that directly, and it's kind of like that. It's like, if you want answers, they're coming, but you have to wait for the next film, essentially. And I can see why that can be frustrating for people, but at the same time, you know, it doesn't mean you can't understand the storyline of Fallen Kingdom, because Fallen Kingdom isn't about Isla Sorna, it's about Isla Nublar, essentially. Big Shark 9000 with the $50 tip. My goodness. He says, another infant tier as promised. Dude, you are the best. So you're going to have to send me what image of a dinosaur you want, and I'll have to get that to you as soon as I can. You have to send me what species you want. The man, that is insanely kind of you. Thank you very much. Oh, I feel all happy. What a good stream. So now I need to do the stomach. I think it is going to be fun for you guys to see the animation, you know, come together during these streams. Never not so clever at this with the $5 tip. My word. He says, here's a splash for sharks. Here's a splish for shark splash. That's insanely kind of you, man. Thank you very much. Hello, Jurassic Unicast. Facts and Theories for George says, I have rather positively reviewed Dino-Defenders. Have you uploaded that yet? I want to see this. I want to see this review. If you've uploaded it and made it public. Ah, an IMDb. Nice. Thank you. Oh, I'll give that a read. Right, so I think we've done this one. So that moves like this. And now basically it's going to lift its hind legs and start to walk off, so, or walk around. So now what we can do is steal this head, because their head's going to basically go in reverse now. And that's where its head should be. Do you need to change the tongue though? Facts and Theories with George says, anyway, I've got to go back to recording. See you later, man. Thanks for popping by. David asks, worst video game? What's the worst video game I've ever played? I don't know. I've played a lot of bad video games. E.T. for the Atari 2600 was... I don't know. I think I could have probably got that, actually. I know that's like a notorious bad game, but... let's get his tongue down like that. And then what I want to do with its eye, because its eye is going to be focusing back on its target... we're going to have the eye start to move back to the center, because it's going to start to look at where it needs to go. Cheesy Movie Production says, tanistropheus? Yes. Yeah. Now this is T47. Okay. The boring part of this stream is going to be saving all these layers. I'll say that. Matt says, what are your predictions for Jurassic World Dominion? I think there's still hope for the human dinosaur hybrids idea. Not really. Yeah, I can't really talk about Dominion. As Never Not So Clever at This says, that information is classified. Oh, no, we need a new layer. Oh my goodness, this is hard. This bloomin' neck, this spaghetti neck. Goddamn spaghetti neck. Imagine if that's what the creature looked like. It was just this, like, just a head and this like weird green thing. Big Chunk 9000 says, so what's the biggest dinosaur you can draw for infant tier? I can draw anything. You give me anything and I'll draw it. For $50, Big Shark, I'll draw you any dinosaur for the infant tier. So now the body, as I said, it's going to start to turn. So that knee goes up, and then this leg now starts to look like this. And that goes more like this. And then it's starting to put his paw down. Or its claws. And the tail in the background is getting more submerged. We'll do that like that. Okay, so now that you can see where the movement's going. Basically, his head's going to turn and raise up, so his head's going to proper, like, raise up. Matt says, oh man, for a second there I forgot that you're somewhat involved with these movies. I apologise, I wasn't looking for a scoop. Oh no, no worries, man. No worries. Titan of Serpent says, but it does have to be a dinosaur, like a Dimension. Let's see what you guys are saying. Big Shark 9000 says, can you do a swarm if I pick a pack of dinosaurs? Yeah, I can. It's just a picture of dinosaurs or whatever I'll do. That doesn't bother me. The Lux says, what would you say is your least favourite, worst design in the Jurassic Park films? For me personally, it's the Jurassic World Triceratops. My least favourite design? Probably the Brachiosaurus in Jurassic Park 3. I would say that the Triceratops in Jurassic Park 3, but at the same time, you don't really get a good look at it in the film. But the Brachiosaurus in Jurassic Park 3, I just think that thing, it's not so much that it looks, I mean, it does look kind of hideous, but like, I think for an animal of that size to be that colourful, here's the guy who has like yellow, red, and green Camarosauruses in Dino-Defenders. Actually, I need to draw this belly. I've forgotten a line. It was just such a departure of the Brachiosaurus that we saw in the first film, and I think that's why it didn't gel with me. It was like such a radical departure. And I know it was meant to be like, I think they wanted it to be like the males or whatever, but I don't know. I wasn't impressed by that. Yeah, Jurassic Unicast says for me it's the JP3 Brachiosaurus. Jack, go to the Discord, the video is there. Okay. Still not seeing it. Where is it? I'm still not seeing it. Maybe it needs. Maybe I need to like update it. Can you send images in Patreon? Says Big Shark. No, I'll have to do it via email like last time. Oh, it's in the dinner table one. I got bored, took all the artistic license, made this. It's not going to be on YouTube or anything, just lark to see how it'd fit. Okay. Wait, I've got headphones on. What am I doing? Okay, let me pause the music. I want to see this. I want to hear this. Let's have a look. So I'm watching on Discord. Never Not So Clever at This had dubbed a scene from episode 2 of Dino-Defenders. So let's see. Yeah, I like it. I love the squeaky toy. That's great. That's really good. I'm going to have to download that and keep that as like a souvenir. Well done, Never Not So Clever at This. I really like it. See, that's the thing. I think after I'm done with the entire thing and I've got the film done, I think I will probably find some people and I'll work together with them to make a voice acted version of it. It seems like the only logical step to do next, right? Because then I'll have the time to do it properly. Okay, so that is that. I believe that's that done. So that goes, starts to put his leg down. And he starts to turn, and the tail is under the water. Oh, I didn't notice though. I can hear my wife and my daughter having a game outside. She's gotten really playful over the last few weeks. She's really becoming really aware of her surroundings, and she loves playing games and being tickled now and stuff. It's really sweet. Okay, so we're now I want this one. Gary Pfeiffer says, so, tanistropheus. Jurassic Unicast says, right time for the UK Sunday tradition of a good English roast dinner. Enjoy the rest of the weekend. See you later, man. If you need a boring monotone voice, I'll be game. Otherwise, James will voice 99% of it. Nice. You did the hard part, Jack. I made the noises. Is never not so clever at this. Right, so let's get this underway. Oh, actually, no. No, I've got this wrong. Its head needs to start to turn. So you can see I've got the head here. Look at that weird, freaky looking thing. That one. That's the one I need. No. Yeah, because that's the one we want. This is the one we need. Okay, so let's copy that. Might need to just open... Well, actually, I might need to redraw this one. Thoughts on Mary Poppins, asks David. My thoughts on Mary Poppins are chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim cheree. Painting tanistropheus is delightful for me. Chim chimney, chim chimney, chim chim chiroo. Someone's gonna be eaten and it'll entertain you. That's my thought on that's my thoughts on Mary Poppins. Okay, so we've got the eyes like that. Get rid of that one. Have you seen A Beautiful Mind with Russell Crowe? Yeah, I love that movie. It's great. Big Shark says, "I just sent you what I want to paint." Cool. I'll try and get that done as soon as I can, man. Actually, I want to paint the head first. So if I Gary Pfeiffer says, "Do all baby girls scream to have fun? I could have swore I heard the ones out my window." So, I think my wife's trying to get her dressed, changing her clothes, and like I said last time, she hates getting her arms put in sleeves, so she really like squeals. But it's sort of like screaming, and then I can hear like like she's like laughing and screaming. It's like they find their voice and then they don't know how to control it or what to do with it, so they'll make all sorts of noises. I believe babies, they go through every single human phonic that can be, like the phonic of human voices that can be possible, like including every language known to man. Like every possible phonic in human language is spoken by a baby when they're babbling, and then they start to lose the ability of some of them when they start to learn to communicate with their parents. So that's why, like, if our daughter was raised in France, for example, she would lose the Englishness and get the French phonics. Whereas she's here, she's not going to learn the French, but she's definitely going to learn the English. What did he send Titan the Serpent? So that's between me and Big Shark. I haven't looked yet. Facts and Free says with George, any other trivia you'd like me to know for the first episode? No, not that I can think of. I mean, that all depends on what trivia you do have for the first episode. I have no idea, because then I won't know what's missing, or if there's anything that I don't know. I'd have to see what you've got already. Big Shark says, I mean, you guys can go see the Cryptops. Got to see the Cryptos he worked on. Great work as always. Yeah, I don't. You didn't post that online anywhere, did you? Or did you post it in the Discord? I like the idea of this thing's teeth just being all mangled and like horrible to look at. Like needles. Needle teeth. Faxfree says, I'm okay, just trying to proofread some of my script. Okay, so now we can do the body. It looks so weird when it looks from the front. Like, look at that thing from the front. It looks so funny. Okay. David says, not counting Jurassic Park and the educational books, have you read any dinosaur books and comics? Not really. Oh, this is going to be the hard thing, so I need to visualize how this is going to work. So that needs to go round. Like so, and then this is going to start to come back because it's going to start to move its head up. So if I it should so, and then this leg. Actually, no, that's not right, is it? That should start to actually loop out further. That's actually more like it, right? Yeah, that's actually better. Matt Cetra said, I just did a quick research on how you got involved with the Jurassic Park franchise, and I must compliment you, Jack, because that's very impressive. Good job. Thank you, man. We are on the, I believe we're on the Wikipedia page for Jurassic World, me and Tim. Don't know how that got by, but we're on there. So now the tail is going to start to loop around again. It's like trying to imagine this thing in 3D, even I'm drawing it in 2D. Okay, so that should be good. I think its head might be a bit too big. Never not so clever. This says so. Orange heads are an international pattern. So far, all the dinosaurs. Well, I said this earlier on in the stream. Like the idea really is that because the tanistropheus have been genetically engineered to fit their environment, it's like they got the. I mean, this is all pseudoscience. It's all a load of rubbish. But like they got the right genetic code from the Megaraptor, which made its head orange, to replicate that in the tanistropheus, so then they could make it fit this environment. If that makes sense. So there is a link between those two. David says, thoughts on John Carter? You asked me that question last week, so I'm not going to answer it. I've already answered that question. I had a whole lengthy discussion about it. Gary Fife says, so why so small, the tanistropheus? I thought they were bigger. Chameleon DNA. The tanistropheus are pretty big in this. They are. I mean, the reeds. I guess the reeds look bigger than they. Maybe the reeds are too big. I don't know. But they are meant. The tanistropheus is meant to be big. You'll see. It's like. They're like that. That size. Trying to zoom out. There we go. Like that big when they're stood upright. But when they're down, obviously, they're going to be smaller. This done. So I'll explain it when I put these shots in the edit, which I'll start to do soon because we're getting towards the end of the stream, and I want to, obviously I need to save all the ones we've done, and that takes a little while. But we'll see exactly how far we've come with this, actually. So that's that done. Okay, it's like he puts his leg down like that, and so then the next one we're going to need the head Yeah, that one. I'd like to get to 50. I'm on 48 right now. Well, this will be 49. Nice to get to a round number, like 50, before we end the stream. Keep that like that. Gary5 says, well, I know the Megalosaurus, Dimetrodon, and Proceratosaurus don't have orange heads. Neither does the Tanistropheus or seal hybrid. Yeah, that's there's just the Tanistropheus and the Megaraptor have the orange heads. It's gormless. It's a gormless eye. Just gonna draw in some of this detail. Keep it like so. Perfect. Right, so now let's get a new layer and we'll do the body again. Call this one T49. So Tanistropheus 49. And then, right. This is where it kind of goes the other way. So it's going to go like so. Oh my god. Is each layer you make like an animation cell? Yeah, exactly. That is what they're like. Nefanart says, well, that's a weird face to join the stream on. Also, hi, guys. Big Chuck says, also, did you say Nateri at the end of your last stream? I may have done. So now this leg starts to go like that, and then the tail starts to come out more. Go for this is kind of get some snake dance to Arabian music vibes here. Yeah, with the Overwatch soundtrack. So we've got this back leg here. We've got the tail comes around like this. So the next legs, if I can just explain. So in the animation, when it starts to walk, the front leg here is going to lift up and the back leg here is going to lift up, because a lot of four-legged animals, they'll lift up their diagonal legs in unison. Not always, but that's what I'm doing with these guys. So that now goes like that. Oh yeah, that looks pretty darn good. Okay, layer. Let's add the color quickly. Neffin says, so this is the mysterious dinosaur whose name is hard to spell. Tanistropheus. Big Shark says, because I stayed on for a little bit more, I heard Nateri in the background of all that focusum. Yeah, I always like to play little tricks on my streams when I finish them. Nateri. So the Tanistropheus and the Dimetrodon are just things I wanted to add into this show, because I was like, I like the idea of having these really old school looking, like hideous animals that aren't necessarily dinosaurs. But I didn't pick the Tanistropheus because it's not a dinosaur. I actually thought it was, if I'm honest. But I don't mind that it's not. It doesn't affect the story or anything. Right now, use the dark blue. Natirisaurus. Natirisaurus. Who said that? Never not so clever at this. Monster says, I'm back, and what the hell is going on with that Tanistropheus? It's turning. It's turning to walk. It's funny, because when you have like a frame like this, it does look really strange. Like, what is going on with this thing? But in motion, it will make sense. Okay, so that's that done. So now it starts to turn. Oh, actually, no, it's not. It's not done, because I need to add, because there's blue on the underside of its tail. And so that needs to be like that. There we go, that's better. Right, so now what we need head-wise is... Is that the one? Yeah, because that's the one we're just using. So we need the head of this one, which is actually really good. So this will be T50. Then we'll see about getting that done quickly. So T50, the head will be... I don't really need to change that. The jaws shut. Just need to get rid of the green. Nefinart says, I like you're making its neck very flexible. Current reconstructions make the necks very stiff. They added flexibility to give it more character. Oh yeah, like I don't care about this really, the scientific accurateness of all these things. Like, I want my Tanistropheus to be like this weird spaghetti monster that like lives in the reeds. Like, it's gonna be all over the place. Okay, so the eye looking like that. And then right, layer new for the body. Okay, so this is going to be... It's going to be hard. Yeah, that's basically what we want it to be like. Maybe not as hard as I thought. I'll make it so the neck bends like this because it's taking a step forward, so the weight, hopefully that will make it look like the weight has hit it. Big Shark says, well, in total 15 people have discovered this new prehistoric reptile. Oh, see, I made a mistake. Its eye should be looking forwards. Like... dead on. Yeah. Now, the body. And then you can see this leg. If I now whip this tail around, start to get a loop. That leg now has all the weight on it. This one is going to start to lift up. That one's there. The belly should be blue. Tail is continuing there. And then this leg is going to start to lift out of the water as well. So we're going to have a little bit of a foot being shown. Okay, so hopefully that works. Okay. Add the colour to this bad boy, and then we'll put everything into the edit, and then I'll end the stream. But I have to obviously save everything, which is going to be the boring part. Jack, what's your biggest error you made in Dino-Defenders? Asked Big Shark. I know one being the spinning helicopter part. I would say probably the whole interior of that helicopter is messed up. Like, because I designed it to not have a door on the side, basically on the inside. If you really look at the interior of that helicopter, it looks like there shouldn't be a door anywhere. You know, one side's got a window and the other side's got seats. And then, but in episode 1, what's his face, Wesley opens the door, and I didn't even clock that I added that in. And the door is like, you can see John getting out of his seat in the background, and he's next to the window, and that doesn't entirely work if you map the layout of the inside of the helicopter. And then when it came to episode 3, I was like, oh my god, we're going to have a shot of the helicopter opening from the side, and basically the whole interior of that helicopter is messed up. I don't know what I was thinking, but I've managed to hopefully cloak it so it's not noticeable. But yeah, pretty nuts. Nefinat says, be right back, got to purchase myself a new book because I helped work on it. Nice. What book was that? Matt says, aside from enjoying your content, I also use your video live streams to practice my phony British accent. You don't want my accent. My accent's terrible. I'm always like messing up words. I speak horribly. I find it hard to pronounce THs for free, like 3. I don't know. I just say it like an F. I'm terrible. It's a terrible British accent. But thank you anyway. No one else said clever. Oh, where is it? The Monster Monsters asks, why does the tanistropheus look like it's seen some things? It's seen dinner. That's what it's seen. Look, lunch is over there. Okay, so that is that done. So we're going to stop animating there. Okay. That looks pretty good. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is save all what we've done. Where am I up to in the actual edit? I'm up to 38, so I need to go all the way to 39. That's what we've done today, basically. Now I'm going to highlight everything in this thing, and then unhighlight what we've done. Okay, so just don't need my stylus anymore. I need to get a drink. Okay, so that's the Hydra. As Titan of Surface says, it's the Hydra. Yes. So now, this is the boring part where I have to save them all. These are like the animation cells. So, save as PNG file, and we'll save it as T39. Save. Okay. Now we undo, we delete 39, we just save. 40, save as PNG T40. Save this one as 41. See, this is the part I don't like, saving like this. It takes ages, especially if you've done like hundreds. Although I should really save them. Well, actually, I do usually save them as I go when I'm working on it off stream. It's funny because if you zoom in, you can see all the holes in the animation, but obviously they blend in with the background when you've seen it with the background, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue. Titan of Surface asks, why is it called Dino-Defenders Extreme, by the way? They're not necessarily defending the dinosaurs, right? You'll find out in episode 4 why it's called Dino-Defenders Extreme, and I think you'll be pleasantly surprised at the answer. But the title, yeah. Episode 4 is the one where you're going to find out why it's called Dino-Defenders Extreme. That's 43, yep. Okay, 44. So save this as T44. Pretty much everything is revealed in episode 4 in terms of like what you need to know going forward. But yeah, it's going to be a big episode. I don't know how long this episode is going to be if it all works out exactly right. Because a lot of frames like this, like it will take me absolutely ages to finish this one frame where like all the tanistropheus are coming out of the reeds, and it will be in the episode for what, 10 seconds if that. So it'll feel like, to me it feels like it's going to be a huge episode because of how long it's going to take to make, but it might actually be the same length as episode 1 because a lot of the animation is what takes the long time. But it makes me feel like it's going to be a really long episode. Right. becomes 47. $48. Save as. $48. Everything, the whole thing at the moment is about 40 minutes long, I think, so far, with episodes 1, 2, and 3. Favourite musicals, says David the Master. Maybe The King and I is my favourite. I've got that on DVD. I love that film. Proper old school musical. T49. Monster says defending the dinosaurs from the Megaraptor. No, I'm not saying anything. You've got your tanistropheus reveal today. I'm not saying why. I'm definitely not saying why it's called Dino-Defenders Extreme. Right, T50. Okay, so we've saved that. So now what we're going to do is undo, deleting everything, and get it all ready for when I want to continue this, which will probably be on Tuesday. So we will save this like that. Okay, so now if we move over to the edit, which I don't want to do the display capture, so we're going to move over to the edit. So we've got frame 38 here. I'm going to make that smaller. I'm going to add in all the ones we've done. So 39, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50. Add those files in. And then we literally go highlight all these, all the ones we need, and we're going to drag them onto the edit like so. I don't know why it glitches and jumps to the top, but we're going to drag all those down here, highlight them all, and then drag them all to be smaller. Like so. And then I'm just going to drag 50. So like the shot I want the shot to end at 10 seconds. So basically how much more animation of this tanistropheus I've got left to do is, you know, this gap here for the most part. These are all very big frames. So let me just make these a bit smaller, and then we'll watch and see what happens. I'm just going to make a few smaller than other ones because that tends to help with the flow of the animation. Okay, so let's rewind it. Let's put it in a preview window. Actually, you might actually have to do the display capture for this one. So let's make it bigger. Okay, so let's see how this looks, shall we? Let's see. Yeah, did you see that? There you go. So it starts to creep forward, and then there we go. It takes ages, but that's where we're at. So today we basically did that. I like watching its tail because that's where like the difference is. So its tail whips round, goes under the water, and then it's going to circle back round. Maybe I can. Can I even? I don't think I can even zoom in. Let's go even bigger. Let's see what this looks like even bigger. And this is like preview quality, so you have to keep in mind that like it's not good quality. Oh, it's actually worked out right now. It's like rendered it good quality. But yeah, you get the idea. And you can see I've even animated the water. If you can see that, the water ripples. Lifts his foot up. Goes like that. So let's just see it this side because that'll be the normal speed. Yeah, that's much better than what I did last time. Anyway, guys, that's it for today. Just going to do that. Yeah, thank you so much to everyone for coming. Like I said, there might not be a stream next Sunday, but we will. Well, you know what I might do while I'm talking? Just click play and loop. There you go. We'll loop play this. Yeah, hopefully next week, next Sunday, I will be able to live stream, but we'll see about it. I don't know if I will, but I will be working on this a lot behind the scenes. But yeah, thank you very much everyone for coming to today's stream. It's been an absolute pleasure to reveal some stuff to you, and get ready because we're going to be animating a lot of tanistropheus for the next however long it takes. There's a lot of stuff to be done, and obviously different shots of the tanistropheus, not just this one. But yeah, thank you again, Never Not So Clever at This for the $5 donation, and Big Shark 9000 for the $50 donation. That is absolutely amazing. I will see you guys Tuesday, 12 o'clock UK time, and I hope you guys stay safe out there, and I'll see you guys real soon. Bye bye.